Good morning, chat, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are back with more Formula One Grand Prix with race number 10. We're almost at the halfway stage here of our first year. Just bear with me a second while I quickly go to socials. And then we'll do a quick recap of what happened in the previous race, which would have been race 9 at the Canadian Grand Prix. And we had a lot of issues in the Canadian Grand Prix. We didn't finish the race in the end. So a quick breakdown of how things ended up in that race. Basically, starting off having issues with the sharp hairpin, and that caused us to have, I believe, 2 collisions on the hairpin, requiring me to go in the pit twice. One was a very early pit stop, and then we went in again later on. And then we was having issues with the car a little bit in second gear on the uphill corner, where we was tending to lock up at the wheels a little bit and spin out. We managed to counter it a few times, but in the end we wasn't able to keep it going. We locked up, spun out, crashed into the barricade, and we was not able to recover from there. So we ended up with a DNF. So unfortunately no point for us. However, our partner Lando Norris had a fairly good session. He managed to get some points for the team. So, we'll have a quick look at the racing standings here, just so you guys can check. So, in the driver's standings, we are currently 7th with Lando Norris in 9th. So not a bad first season, to be fair. Just remember, next season will be even harder as we be increasing the difficulty level of the AIs by 5 points. So in the Construction Champion, again, doing pretty good in 4th place with that. So the first season, this is a really good start. Let's go over to the season results. So there you can see the Canadian Grand Prix there with the DNF. So I know that says 2, but technically it's 3 DNFs we've had. The first one in Australia. The second one was in Italy, which is currently a 17th, but it was a DNF. And the last one was in Canada. So today we're Austria for the Austrian Grand Prix. So let's crack on with what we have to do now. Let me just check my car here. So coming in to practice 2, if there is a P2, we will be possibly making changes to the vehicle here for the internal combustion engine and possibly the motor generator unit. So possibly changing 2 parts if I remember to do so. So I know we have a new rivalry, but who was it? In fact, it's not going to tell me on. Oh, there we go. Rivals. Carlos Sainz is our new rival. Fernando Alonso was the last one, and Fernando Alonso won that in the Canadian Grand Prix. So situations of this rivalry, hopefully we can win one. So that's everything up to speed. So autocross or a time attack. Which one shall we do? Let's do a time attack. I don't think we've done one of them for a while, so let's go with that. I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to focus on driving today, seeing I was up watching a 12 hours, well, 13 hours of a game dev, Lakia Games, who were doing a 12-hour stream originally, but it turned out to be a 13-hour stream due to subs. So congratulations to him, and it was a good session. So I'll actually post Lakia's Twitch on here, so you give him a look. So, time attack. Race against the clock to complete the required number of laps in the fastest possible time. So 2 laps. 4 minutes and 5 seconds for bronze, 3 minutes 50 silver, and 3 minutes 35 for gold. Okay, so hopefully this vehicle handles pretty well. I don't really do too well with them. And in the rain as well, so that changes everything. I think that might have been a slow corner. Especially coming up to the corner anyway. Good morning, Lucky Game. I was just talking about you. How are you this morning? there. That's the first lap, but that's not a bad time. We could get gold here. Are you fully awake? Did you manage to get much sleep? Okay, I don't think we made gold. Had about 5 hours. Oh wow, you did well then. You got a bit more than me. I got about 4 hours, so you know. I've been awake since 7, so. Okay, it wasn't bad, it was nearly there. Just over 2 seconds off. But we'll take that silver. Okay, so now the interesting part, race weekend, here at the Austrian Grand Prix. Now, this is a track that I am fairly well familiar with, so I'm not expecting a lot of issues, unless there's issues with the vehicle. So let's go over to the workstation and have a look what we have. So we're going to have practice 1, qualifier on rain, practice 2, and then the sprint of 12 laps. Now this sprint is a problem because basically what that means, this qualifier is more or less irrelevant. It helps, but it technically is irrelevant because where you finish in the qualifier is not necessarily where you're going to start in the race. Because if you drop or gain positions in the sprint, then where you finish in the sprint is where you're going to start the race. So that is the only issue with the sprint. Okay, so let's see what you got. Finished at 3 AM, got the 4 subs, but couldn't sleep straight away. Got up about 9, but was awake earlier. Yeah, I was still on until when you were doing Scavenger 2, so I was up for all of it. I know I was there when Zakifier gifted you the 4 subs. to extend it for 1 hour. But I really enjoyed it. It was good. So I put one of the games in my wish list. So you know, it was good. I look forward to the next one. So let's go. Okay, all the parts have been completed. No problems there. Good. Alright, over to practice session 1 here. Okay, so we have a cooling system fault, which is gonna put the repair time to 6 minutes. So we can't go out just yet.
Okay, the guys have found a leak in one of the coolant lines, so we're patching that up as we speak. Hold tight for now until we've got everything checked over.
You have plans for the next one. Here to elaborate what those plans are? Or what games are going to be showcased? So, session info. Let's see, we've got race strategy, fuel management, track claims. Right, we're gonna do the tracker claims first. And then we'll do both of these in P1, then we'll do the race strategy in P2 after the qualifier. Okay, so engine power, driver lap without leaving the track, drag reduction, chain 5 consecutive corners, and internal combustion engines stay within 2.0 meters of the racing line. So that's always the tricky one. Not yet. Okay, not a problem. Okay, let's accelerate time here to get this repair done. It won't be any time soon, and details will be on the Discord when they are sorted. Lovely, that's not a problem. I didn't expect it to be any time soon. You know, you need some time to recover, and you know, it's not easy streaming. You know, for 12 hours of gameplay, or 13 for your case. I mean, just playing games for 13, 15 hours is easy, you know, but streaming it as well, that does take an extra toll into it, because you're just not freely gaming exactly. So, you know, it's not easy doing. Right, here we go. Let's see if we can do this within the first 2 laps.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Remember to activate your DRS in the DRS zone as well.
Here we go.
We're approaching the DRS zone. Watch your MFD for the activation point.
I believe there's 2 DRS zones on this track. Okay, we have 13 on that one. Okay, there might be 3. So there's 1 DRS zone after the first couple of corners. There's the one we just went through, and there's one towards the end of the lap. Yeah, I did think he was going to give you that one a bit slow in the corner. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. We missed two. That was the one we missed before. Yeah, should give us purple. Well, I'm not sure. Mine will be green. We didn't miss any. Oh dear. Wait too early, too slow through that gate. Oh well. I'm happy with the run though.
Alright, that's the programme complete. There's some decent data, although far from optimal, and it could still be worth running it again.
So we'll pit in this lap. I'm not sure where the pit lane is actually. I believe it's on the final stretch. On that last bend. Yeah, pit lane's here. The northern one in the pit. Streaming gameplay for 13 hours isn't that bad. I could have streamed 13 hours of game dev. No, I think the concentration level is completely different when you're actually doing game dev, especially when it comes down to fixing problems. You know, you have so much concentration and focus on it that it's hard to just chill and relax. So yeah, definitely going to be a much harder stream if you ever did do a 12-hour stream of game dev, you know. I suppose you could break it down and do.
They told you about the new parts that have come in from the factory, right?
Gaming.
Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
I think you'll probably need more of a longer break in between than just 10 minutes. So, I want to check this lap. So why was this not a complete optimal lap? I mean, it looks good. We only have 5 green sectors. Everything else was optimal. Not sure what the points was. But let's have a look. So, yeah, I'm aware of not being in the racing line. That's always an issue. But that's not a bad first run. We may come back and do it again in P2 if we have the time, depending on how we do with the race driving. So, we're going to try the fuel management here. So, complete the lap using minimal fuel. So basically, if you do it in an optimal time, you'll be fine. Drive a clean sector, that's not a problem. Again, racing line. And we could really do with that motor generated unit, because we have got some wear within that. So really we could be doing with that. Okay, let's give this a shot. So 3 laps here. We normally do it within the first lap. If we can get the lap time. Managing the fuel is not too much of a problem. It's the actual time requirement to do so. So let's go. Lakia, are you doing any streaming for game dev
in this
week?
program, we want you to focus on your fuel saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can whilst keeping under the minimum lap time.
By the slow corner, put my lap time back a bit. It's good for fuel, but not good for the time. Well, failed on the time. To do it this lap. We know we're slow on one corner. Yeah, much faster around that bend. As you can see, the fuel is not as good as it was the first lap. But we got green. A good start. This is looking okay.
Program complete, and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
I've managed to take my foot off the accelerator down that last bit of straight to reserve the fuel. I've still managed to do it within the lap time. So we don't need to run this one again. Now, I'll double check your message in a minute, Lakia. I have seen it pop up. Not been able to glance properly at the other screen. In the pit we go. So, let's see. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 PM to 10 PM for game dev, and then Friday, 8 PM to 11 PM for the next indie game, which is co-hatting. Okay, so you got a few days off then. So I'm assuming that you've gone back to the evening stream for game dev due to the kids being off. Okay, let's have a look how we did. Yeah, we nailed that one out of the park. 4 out of 5 again. Fading on that racing line a bit, but you know, that's not a massive issue, even though it is something that we could do with improving on, but it is what it is. So we're going to accelerate time here and end practice 1. So what qualifier? I'm not sure how this is going to work now because of changing the car park that I wanted to change. Exactly. Right, okay. So let me see. The Tuesday one, I'm in Beeston for a darts match Tuesday night, so I won't be able to catch that one. Thursday up to now, that match is cancelled for the pool due to the team we're playing has dropped out of the league. So I might be able to catch the Wednesday and Thursday one. And possibly the Friday as well. So it's just the Tuesday one that I'm not going to be able to watch.
And with the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Russell, Fernando Alonso and Carlos Sainz. And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One.
Okay, so after P1, we have the 7th fastest time on the medium tyres. That's not bad, only just under half a second slower than George Russell. So I'm kind of happy with that. That shows that we are competitively up there, even though the one corner I think we need to improve on massively. Alright, okay. Okay, so I'll go to the workstation here. Right, so go over to car parts. Yeah. I can do the qualifier with each part, but qualifier time might be slow because of them. And then I'll have to change them after the qualifier. Ready for P2 in the sprint. In fact, they won't be ready in time for P2. But they will be ready for the sprint and race, so I have to change them after the qualifier. Right, okay. Oh, this is gonna be in the rain. This is gonna be an interesting qualifying session here. I think this is the first time we've actually qualified in rain. We have raced in a bit of rain, or done a practice session in rain before. This doesn't look bad, the track, to be fair. If we get there early enough, we might be able to use the soft tyres and get a fast lap early. Let's have a look at the session first. So, the track is clear and dry. But according to that, it's got rain on all three qualifying sessions. Right, let's get out there early and try and get a good lap in there before the rain comes. Which might help us qualify for Q2. So, for qualifying 1, top 15 progress to qualifying 2. So we need a lap time within the top 15. Well, that would just do it. Not the fastest time, but it's up there with some of the top drivers. Currently second with that lap time. So that lap time should be enough to get me into qualifier 2. We're just hoping that Lando Norris also puts in a decent lap time as well.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Okay, in the pit we go. So our lap time was 1 minute 9.463. Verstappen currently has the fastest lap time. That was in 1 minute 9, so it's only millisecond difference between us. So let's have a look here at the times. So we dropped down to third. Verstappen 1 minute 9.367, but doesn't have a fastest sector in any of the 3 sectors. But we have the fastest second set. That's surprising because I'm sure I'm going slow around one of those corners in the second sector. Lando Norris, they're putting in a good time as well, 1 minute 9.699. So he's currently in 6th place. We dropped to 4th. Lewis Hamilton putting in a time. So we're definitely have a look at 110 here, 111. Yeah, I think we're definitely safe for top 15. So let's just go down to the top 15. Let's accelerate the time here, and some of these drivers are going to go out for another lap. I know that for sure. But we might not need to. And track is still good. Okay, Lando Norris is dropping to 6th. Now, if I read that right, at some point Lando Norris had the fastest first sector, which is impressive. But okay, so we dropped down to 8th there. Sergio Perez got in a lap time of 1 minute 9 dead. But myself and Lando Norris both make the top 15. So we go into qualifier 2. Lando Norris, however, needs to do a little bit better because he's out of the top 10 there, and we need to be in the top 10 to qualify to Q3. So, top 10 here now in the chat. We need to be as close to 1 minute 9 as possible. Let's do it after the session. Track is okay, so we want to get out there early while we can still use the soft tires. There was predicted rain. We're doing well with not having any right now. I'm happy with that corner. Minute 9:174, that should be enough to make the top 10. It is faster than the lap I did in Q1, possibly for around about 200 of a second faster, and it's not the fastest time. Lewis Hamilton at the minute has the fastest time. And Norris is in the corner with a 4 fastest time, so it's possible he might make the top 10 as well.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Here we go. So Lewis Hamilton 1 minute 8. 1 minute 8, 9 something I think it was. So, but under 1 minute 9 is a good lap time. Right, let's have a look out here. So, my time 1 minute 9:174. Okay, back to Saturday, we take me there 1 minute 9:089. We're currently third. London Norris here 1 minute 9:527. That might not be enough, you know. Waiting 10 minutes as after the session finished. So these drivers are going to be able to go out again on the softs before the rain comes. It's going to be an interesting ending for Lando Norris here. So he needs to finish within the top 10 to accelerate time. We don't have a problem. We definitely done it. I'll be surprised if we don't. Track is still dry. Okay, we did drop down, so did Lando Norris, so it could be interesting to see where we ended up. Okay, so I dropped down to 6th place. Fernando Alonso putting in the fastest lap, 1 minute 8:680. Wow, what a lap. George Russell with a 1 minute 8. So how long is that? 1, 2, 4 drivers is putting in lap times under 1 minute 9. So congratulations to them. And Lando Norris finishing 9th place, 1 minute 9:405. So he did do another lap. It was quicker, but its initial lap time was enough. Lance Stroll with 1 minute 9:748. Okay, so we both make the top 10. So both of us go into Q3. Now, again, because there's a sprint, this doesn't really matter, but it does give us the advantage of trying to gain more positions. Because we are not going to sit on pole here, not unless somehow I do a magician of a lap. Let's have a look, and it is track is damp. Air is damp, dry weather in 10 minutes. Okay. Go to the track. Find out, see what tyres he's putting on. Might be intermediates. Yeah, the track is wet. Okay, this is going to be interesting now to see how these drivers put in lap times on the wet surface. And also there's no DRS because of the wet weather. There you go, wide. I need to do better on that corner. Good exit on that corner. So 1 minute 15, currently the fastest lap. That's impressive.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Yeah, I'm aware. And in the pit we go. Let's see how things hold up there. It all depends now whether this track dries up within the next, let's say, 9 minutes for drivers to go out on a softer compound tire. But as things stand, we're looking good. So, session information. Right, 1 minute 15.265. So we're just over a second faster than Lewis Hamilton there. Lando Norris in 10th with a 1:17, a very slow lap. Over a second slower than Charles Leclerc with a 1:17.2. So even if you need to get a second faster than this at 1:16.49. 1:16.49. Would put him in third if we can get a second faster on the intermediate tyres. We currently have the fastest sector in all 3 sectors as well. Let's accelerate time a couple of minutes. me look out the window of my car, and it's still raining, so according to my screen there. So I think we're safe to end this session. So we're going to start the sprint in pole position. So that makes the sprint a lot easier for me. So the sprint is 12 laps, by the way.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three: Martin, Hamilton, and Carlos Sainz. With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
So there you have it. We started the sprint in pole position. Now is going to start the sprint in 10th. But we got a practice session before the sprint, but I want to change car parts. So we outdid Carlos Sainz in the practice, well, in the qualifier even. So we've got the start, a good start over him. Okay, so let's go to the workstation here. I'll go over to the car parts. Okay, so the internal combustion engine, we're going to put in part 3 to fit that. Okay, and we're also going to change the generation unit to part 3 as well. Now, we had a little chat with Dodge on Thursday when I last streamed it, and we was on about these parts. Because I did change, I think I changed the gearbox, or the turbocharger, changed some of them. And he was suggesting that I leave it to wear out further so it goes a darker orange. And I explained why I don't do that, is because if I change them now, early, the R&D will reduce the percentage wear chance of these parts wear and tear. So later on in the season, around about, let's say, laps, race 15 onwards, I may need to go back to some of these parts, because if I add more parts with these plus symbols, I get penalised for it. So to avoid getting penalised, I can actually still go back to using an older part. At a later rate, these older parts could make all the difference if I can reuse them, even if it's just one race. So that's why I don't tend to wear them out to an unusable part altogether. I try and avoid extending parts, and the hardest ones would be the energy store, because there's only 2 of those parts, and the control electronic. But the control electronics is probably doing really well. No sign of any real tear with that in a minute. So 2 parts are going to be fitted before the sprint, I'm hoping. They will not be fitted for practice 2. So let's go to the track here, and there's 2 things we're going to do on practice 2. The main one is going to be the race strategy. So, and then we're going to possibly rerun the tracker clip. So what we've got here: beat the average speed trap, complete 2 laps while conserving fuel, and stay within the lap. Oh my god! All 3 of these has had the stay within 2 meters of the racing line. Pain. Okay, so let's go to kick things off with the race strategy here. So 5 laps is what we're looking at within our optimal lap time. We need to complete at least 3 laps.
Okay, give us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
Here we go. Okay, so that's 1. Need to do a little bit better on that one corner there. We tend to go a little wide on it, and it's really slow as well. But other than that, everything else looks good. So 3 solid laps so far, 2 to go. It's a bit better, a bit of a spin on the uphill climb in the 2nd gear there. That was due to me accelerating too quickly. I know what caused that. I've done it so many times in the past on so many circuits where I'm heavy footed on the accelerator when on corner exits. Okay. lap to go. I tried to stay in third gear to avoid spinning, but I'm not sure if it's any faster. So it's not letting Albion slow me down. So that's a successful race strategy session.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
So a perfect 5 laps here. And we're wide on that corner again. Need to brake a little bit earlier on that one. Oh, I meant to pit. I thought the way I would have gone across the grass, I would have come across and then got away with that. Okay, so that was a good 5 laps here. And we're currently at the fastest lap time on the medium tyres as well. Check that out. Okay, so let's have a look at the lap times here. So there's only 4 drivers out. That's currently why we may have the fastest lap. 1 minute 9:2:07 on medium tyres is a very, very fast lap. Fastest section in all 3 sections as well. So let's go over to here. So everything's good there. There. So it's just this one here. I'm going to rerun it again. Just to see if we can get the points needed. Good morning, Unbroken Gap. How are you? It's going to be on a hard tire. Okay. So we was close to doing this last time. We had a perfect lap almost. We didn't have any red decks. We had must have been 4 or 5 green ones, which may have been the issue. Hopefully this time around we get more purples than green. So far, so good. Too green at the minute. Oh, we've got red one. Oh dear, that's unlucky. We only had the 2 greens, but that red one cost me. We would have had that purple on that lap. It was that red one at the end. Here we go this time. 4 greens, oh my god. I thought we had it. So we can only do 3 greens. Oh good. I'm gonna miss that one. I knew we missed that one. I knew it was wide. Oh dear. There's no point. I'm okay, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. After a very late night yesterday, I was watching Luckier Games, doing a 13-hour stream. So it was 2 o'clock, started 2 o'clock, and it went on till 3 o'clock this morning. And he played. Let me just check the list of what he actually played. These are all on PC. I know some of them are out already, others with early development and demos. So the first one he played was Rumpeltown, which is a game I do play myself as well. These are all indie developers as well, so not well-established development. So Rumpeltown, then we had Blast Attack, which was kind of an arcade game sort of thing. Then we had X-Hydra, which remember which one. We had Crop Rotation, which was a card game about planting seeds and stuff. Mini Motorways. This one is questionable to be indie, Mini Motorways, as it seems like a good solid team behind them. But it was a good little game. And then Space Scavenger was the last one. I'll just copy and paste that in the chat. So if you guys want to check out any of those games, I was only going to do the first one, not all of them. You have to do them all individually. Annoying, isn't it? So I'm going to quickly paste. These are all the games that played during Steam yesterday. So you can check these out on Steam. You can wishlist them now. 2 of them are out already. Rumpel Town, which is out already, and Mini Motorway, which is out already, so you can actually play them. Rumpel Town is due to a patch coming soon as well. So there's a list of the games that he played during the 13-hour stream that I watched. And he did, I think it was 3 hours on each one, other than Space Scavenger and I think it was Alexandra, which he completed within the 3 hours, so that one finished early, and he only did, I think, the hour for Space Scavenger 2. So that's what he did. So, let's have a look at how we did it. Again, didn't get purple, we had only 4 greens again. And you know what? You know what's funny about this? The first time I did that, it was the same 4 corners, which was green. And it was corner 5 that I got away with, but failed on corner 9. That one would have done it if I'd have hit corner 9. But that is just so unfortunate. Let's just have a look at the car here, just to make sure that there's... Oh, actually the parts are already fitted. I was not expecting that. I was expecting it to be fitted after this session. I've got one from my list. I did well, as I completed plus. Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out, Lucky. You looked at his profile there. Yeah, not a problem. What I'll do, when you update it, I will copy and paste it onto my Discord, and then people can have a look on there as well. Right, okay, let's accelerate time here. We don't need to do any more here on the P2 should I say. And we're going to move on to the 12-lap sprint. So for those of you who have just tuned in, like Umberto and Gav, we've done the qualifier. We did qualify in pole position. So now we've got to do a 12-lap sprint, which will determine where we start on the grid for the race. And I'm not sure how many laps the race is. So we'll have to double check that. But what we're going to do, we're going to do the 12-lap sprint. Then I'm going to have a little break to stretch my legs, as the race is always a long session. So I'm going to need to be well rested for the race, so to speak. So we'll be having a good stretch out, make a cup of tea, and then we'll be back for the race. So, but we're going to do this 12-lap sprint before the break, so Good, interesting.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top three, who are Martin, Hamilton, and Max Verstappen. And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
You know what, chat? I'm actually surprised about this because we set a fastest lap on the medium tyres. Now, Sergio Perez, who's a very good fast driver, had the softer tyres and only did a 110. Something must have blocked him or to prevent him from putting in a fast lap. That's interesting. Okay. Here we go. So, that development boost. So, percentage of cost of these drop down. Which will help the R&D team. Okay. So, let's go to the workstation. So, race day will be 36 laps. So that's how many laps we've got for race day. So we're going to do the 12 lap sprint now. So let's just have a look. And the sprint is going to be nice and sunny, and race day is going to be nice and dry as well. So we shouldn't have any problems with the weather. Okay. So, can we maintain 12 laps in pole position to give us a solid start on race day? That's the question. Now, we haven't had any collisions yet throughout the whole of practice or qualifier. So, we've done 5, 10, just the 5 there, 8, 11, 13. I think we've done about 16 laps throughout practice and qualifier without any problems.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend.
So we shouldn't have a problem.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Martin lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Russell, Verstappen, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Leclerc, Norris, Albon, Gasly, Ocon, Bottas, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Joe, Hulkenberg, Sargent, and Nick de Vries. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And joining me once again in the commentary box today is, of course, former World Endurance Champion Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Martin.
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? I'm also looking forward to seeing the different strategies in play today. Those who are starting on the red mark soft tyre are going to have a little bit more grip early on, but they have to make it count before that degradation starts to set in.
Okay. So, just before we go further, the purpose of this sprint as well is not only determines where you start on race. Top 10 positions will get points as well, so it does help on the leaderboard. So let's have a look at the race strategies here. So we've got two choices. start on the mediums and go 12 laps on mediums, or we can go 12 laps on the softs. This is going to be a tough decision to make, but what I'm going to do is have a look at what other drivers are starting on. Okay, so most of these are starting on mediums. The slower cars at the back are going to try and start on softs. So, we could take the safe option and go on mediums as well. Or we could just stay on softs and extend that lead early and hope the tyre wear is manageable towards the end. Okay. How bad's it gonna get? I think we might have an issue around about laps from lap 10 onwards. But this time you won't have a problem whatsoever. But I'm gonna go with the soft tyres and try and get an extended lead and hopefully relax towards the end. Okay, here we go. 12 laps here. That's a slow start off the grid. Managed to keep it around that bend on the outside. So, a good start. That's the hard part out of the way. Now it's just maintaining position and maintaining this tyre wear throughout the next 4 laps. Not a bad start, 114 from the grid.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Okay, so now we need to try and break away a bit. Because Hamilton is within that DRS zone. No, still struggling on that one corner there. a good lap time. 1 minute 10. And we have enough lead now, preventing Hamilton with the DRS. Even faster, 1 minute 9. That's a much better corner on that one. We're going to be wide there. This is the cruising in third, but nice 3-second lead at the minute. Whoever's in last place is lagging a long way behind from everybody. They must have had some car trouble or something to be that far behind. I've seen it in the mini-map in the bottom left. How far behind he is. But there's been no indication from the team of any problems. Hi there, Ross. How are you? Oh, I just back on enough, we got a nice lead, so it's not going to cost me that much. That's good. How was Isle of Wight?
The track is clear, green flag. Gap to your teammate behind is 10.0 seconds.
I have a 10-second lead on my teammate. Well, that is very interesting. Carlos Sainz having trouble. That's good, mate. Glad you had a good time.
And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Are you free on Wednesday? To meet up and catch up?
Yellow flag.
Not sure your mum's doing that one. Okay, mate. That's not a problem. Hope she gets better soon. Keep me updated though, because I am free on Thursday as well. As my pool match has been cancelled.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Due to the team dropping out the league. So if you can't do Wednesday but free on Thursday, let me know. If you are free, but any chance that you want to run down to the forest shop as well? Reminds me, I'll be watching that game this afternoon. Forest versus PSV, pre-season friendly. Hamilton's really catching up with me somehow. I'm not sure if my tyres are not as quick anymore. He's got the DRS, so he might get me there.
And the gap behind us is 4.2 seconds.
No, it's not. What are you on about? It's 0.9 seconds, a second at best. It's poor communication from my team there. Thursday hopefully be better. Alright then, both that's done. I'll give you a bell then on Wednesday, and we'll just play it by ear until then. Hopefully your mum's better by then. I'm back home. I'll do one last lap here.
Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
And I'll try and keep Hamilton behind me so that I can start the actual race in pole. So this is going to be big points for my team here. And for me. For a race for the championship. I mean, Red Bull's going to be the problem. With Verstappen is more or less winning everything, more or less, but he ain't winning this. Around the last bend. And there we have it. The sprint is done.
I'm so sore.
That is a big session here.
Top job, mate. Top job. Yes.
I went the other day
for the start of the weekend,
they've got 3 weeks.
Thank you. Well done.
To get the number 3 back in. What do you want a number 3 for? Oh, yeah, you want the number 3 to put it onto your shirt. I'll come with you now. 3 weeks, right, okay. Right, I'll have to clock that in then, so we'll go down in 3 weeks then. Yeah, to get number 3 to personalise your shirt. I'm thinking, you don't even wear it.
Well, not the result our points leader would have wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye.
So that is a big point for us, especially with Lando Norris also finishing in the top 10. Top 8. So he got a point as well. So 9 points for the team there. Let's have a look at Red Bull. Red Bull got 6. Perez with 2. So that's only 8. So we gained a point on them. Which is brilliant. Mercedes with 7 and 4, 11 points. Wow. Mercedes did well with the construction championship points there. So, advance there. Wait, am I looking at that right? Yeah. Okay, so my fastest lap 1:09.392. So second faster than Lewis Hamilton. But Lewis Hamilton had consistent lap times. He really did catch up with me. When we did have a 3-second gap at one point. So this is turning out to be a good race weekend. We've had a good practice session, a very good qualifying session, a better race sprint. So can we carry that momentum forward into the race? As I mentioned, the race there is going to be 36 laps. So it all depends on the pit crew to see how well that does. If we can get a good quick change in the pit crew and come out of the pit within the top 10 cars, hopefully when they pit we can just overtake them during that pit stop rather than having to really sit behind and wait for the opportunity to overtake within the race. But I'm just going to have a couple of minute break, make myself a cup of tea, stretch my legs and get ready for race day. So we will be about 2 or 3 minutes, so don't go anywhere and we'll be right back. Alright, chat, we are back. So, 36 laps here is what we've got going on. This should take us, I would say, around about 1 hour. I don't think it'll take us much longer than that, maybe even quicker. We're looking at around about 1 minute 20 between that and 1 minute 10 per lap. So 36 laps, that's 30 minutes plus the 6 laps. We're looking at 40 minutes. So between 40 and 50 minutes with a pit stop. Okay, right then chat, let's get comfortable, get ready. Make sure that everything is in place. Alright. Are we ready to try and get our 3rd win of the season? And put the pressure on the leaders. So, those of you that are in the chat, if you want to make some strategy suggestions, then I'm willing to take those on board while making my own decision as well. So we're looking at possibly 1 or a 2 stop race. So we have to make at least 1 stop because it's a dry race, so we need 2 different compounds of tyres. What they are, we'll see.
Welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Martin lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, Leclerc, Perez, Norris, Stroll, Albon, Ocon, Gasly, Bottas, Magnussen, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, De Vries, Joe, Sargent, Hulkenberg, and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid.
Wow, 3 drivers.
With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
And Alonso all had penalties.
Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Okay, so there you have the grid.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Okay, so both strategies here are looking at a 1 stop, and interesting here. I like the medium to hard idea. I mean, this softs here gonna burn the tires out way too much, and that would end up having to be a 2 stop race at least. This one, on the other hand, I think that we could have a good shout with that. We can gain enough gap in the first 17 laps. 37.4. Yeah, we're gonna need that to fuel for the hard tire compound. Or will we? Any suggestions, chat? I'm gonna just edit this one a minute. What I wanna do is have a look at No, I can't make it any quicker. Right, okay. I'm gonna go with the alternative suggestion here. Start off on the mediums, hit in around lap 17, and then go on to the hard tires for the remainder of the race. Okay. Let's start the race, chat. Here we go. And that's a good start off the grid. But that isn't. Whoever that was just rammed into the side of me. I think it was Jordan Russell or Hamilton, one of the two. We got away with it. Here we go. Now the race is on. Survived the opening corners, so all out now. So 1:14.5 off the grid is not a bad lap time. Even with that little nudge on the first corner. So we've got a nice lead at the minute. And what's interesting is there's quite a few cars behind me which are on the softer compound.
DRS now enables. DRS enabled.
This is where the race gets interesting now. With the DRS, there's going to be changes in the grip. Just hoping I can maintain this and stay above a second of Lewis Hamilton at the minute. Keep him out of the DRS zone. A new fastest lap. much better on that corner. And an even better fastest lap, a 1:09. So I don't think we're going to do any more fastest laps. I'm just hoping no one else does it fast. Especially those that are on the softer compound. With the DRS don't being able, they could quite easily do a 1:08.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 7.9 seconds.
Okay, 7 seconds ahead of London Norris, wherever he is in the grid. He's not in the top 5. And Hamilton and Russell there trying to go in wheel to wheel. Hamilton not letting Russell pass. And this is some good racing so far. We got a nice 6-second lead. That's going to be a back corner. Knew that was going to be bad. I braked a bit late there. Almost come to a standstill. Even though we had that slow corner, we still got a good 6.5 second lead. It's going to help our pit stop massively. Solid corner there. a bit wide on that one again. I think we're losing a bit of grip on the tyres now, as I can't go around that corner as fast. But we're still putting in good lap times at around about 1 minute 11. So this is turning out to possibly be one of the easiest wins going. I've had one which was
okay, mate, we might need to look at a new race strategy after that. I've got some options for you, so go and check your MFD.
It isn't. So what? I didn't see nothing. I've seen nothing. We're not changing anything until lap 17. What do you want to go in first gear? Jesus. Nearly messed up there. Well, George Russell has finally managed to get past Lewis Hamilton. And Bottas is out of the race.
Gap to your teammate behind is 15.2 seconds.
Oh, 15-second lead over Lando Norris.
Caution, caution.
So that's where Bottas went out.
Okay, clear.
So that was on a straight road as well, so I'm not sure what happened there. There might have been a collision of some sort, but... or an engine failure or something like that, just holding off the track. I think we're pitting in about 3 laps time. Does anyone know if Lando Norris is in the top 10? If you can work it out on the mini-map in the left and just post it in the chat for me, that'd be great. Wow, look at that, it's third. I believe people might have just gone in the pit then. I've just seen him come up into third place, so... which is very good. Even though he's in third, it's nearly 20 seconds behind. At 12 seconds behind second. So maybe it's not so good. Alright, Norris is going in the pit.
Lando in the pits.
I'm due to go in the pit on lap 17. We're on 16 and my pit crew is not suggested going in the pit yet. What the game plan is. I do know that George Russell is slowly gaining on me. But I'm not struggling with the tyres, so the pit crew might be tending to push these tyres and put softs on. So they may have changed my strategy. My times are falling. 1 minute 12 that one. Russell's gone in the pit. Wrong gear around that corner.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
I was too busy trying to get the box sorted. Because the pit crew won't do it.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 34.5 seconds.
That is not good. I mean, I should have pitted in at lap 17, 119, and the pit crew have not suggested a change. It's annoying that when you have a strategy that you selected, if something happens and they say that they're going to change the strategy, they automatically change it without my confirmation. If I don't confirm it, it should stay as it is. Right, we need a fast stop here.
Okay, off we go, back into the race.
Yeah,
that was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
Oh, I gotta hope now.
Look after these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound.
Right, I came out in 5th. I'm hoping they've already pitted, I'm sure they have with having hards on. And that time it cost me the turn around, it cost me. If you just stick to the original plan, everything would have been fine.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 3.9 seconds.
The new fastest lap.
Nice move, good job. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Oh, we got him. We've got plenty of laps to overtake these two cars, Hamilton and Russell.
Our gap to the car in front is 3.4 seconds.
Somewhere out the race.
Yellow flag. Green flag, we're racing again, let's go. Gap to your teammate behind is 10.9 seconds. Okay, good work. Great pass.
Lewis Hamilton to go. And we got him. All we need to do now is finish the race.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 19.4 seconds.
I think we've got about 4 laps to go. to have our third win of the season, and at the minute we'll get the bonus point for the fastest lap as well. So this is going to be
okay. That's
doing
us
wonders.
with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
We don't have a fuel problem, that's for sure. If anything, it'll be a tighter problem. But other than with that strategy change, which cost me some confusion, is the best way to describe that, which is me trying to manually tell my team to box, rode me off the track. Lucky enough, it was on a corner where there's no wall. Otherwise, that would have ended the race right there, but I got very lucky. Team nearly cost me the race. They'd have just left the strategy alone. Wouldn't have had to battle anything.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
So, no tyre concerns, lovely. This one should be in the bag.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Here we go, final lap. What's been a very good Grand Prix and a very good race weekend as well. And there it is, our third race win.
I'm so sore.
What a Grand Prix, and what a race weekend we've had here.
Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
Driver of the day, Carlos Sainz.
McLaren have pulled it off. They've won in spectacular fashion here today. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
What a win. Thank
Our
you,
drivers
Gavin.
are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance.
So it'll be interesting to see how the standings go now, with Red Bull not getting anyone on the podium, but Mercedes getting 2 on the podium. Expect some changes at the top end. VIP pass is now 32. That runs out soon as well, and so do a lot of racing offline. Get that VIP pass to 50 before the end of it.
Let's have a look then at the driver's standings. That's a positive result for George Russell, who further solidifies his position at the top of the standings. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I have to give it to Martin.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Okay, so throughout the whole weekend, this is including the sprint and the race, I got 34 points. So we got 8 points for the sprint, 26 points for the race, and 1 point for the fastest lap on the race day. So I calculated 34 points. Now, Mercedes with Hamilton and George Russell both hitting 22 points. So, as a construction championship, that's 44 points for them. We have 43 on the construction championship, with Lando Norris getting 1 point in the sprint race and 8 points on race day, giving him 9. So that gives us 43. Red Bull with Verstappen, 6 points in the sprint race, 12 points on race day. So that gives him 18. And his partner Sergio Perez, 2 points on sprint race and only 4 points on the race, giving him 6. That's 24. So they're dropping points. And Ferrari, just 1 point for Carlos Sainz on the race. But saying that, Carlos Sainz is starting from the back of the grid to finish off in 10th place. Gonna give it to him there. If I go over to the race, I believe race directory. So let's have a look here. So 2 of them didn't finish, with Bottas and both Alfa Romeo didn't finish. So that's not good for them. So Carlos Sainz grid started in 20th, finished in 10th. That's a job well done for him. We almost went from 1st to 5th, but some good driving at the end, with the overtaking to get us back up there. Incidents. So both cars had a mechanical failure. An absolute clean race, no collisions. Quite surprising because we had a minor nudge by Hamilton or Russell on lap 1, corners 1 and 2. So let's have a look at some pit stop times here. Lando Norris, he's in order now. Norris in 2.3. 2.302. So who had the fastest? 2.302. Charles Leclerc 2.285. So Charles Leclerc was the fastest pit. Not bad at all. So we have really took over the rivalry here. 8-3 with 5 races remaining on the rivalry. So a good, really big start. So we will have a look at the driver standings in a second. So over to standings here. So in the driver standings, we are currently 5th with 104 points. So closing the gap slowly. But I can't see his win. I'd like to go above Charles Leclerc. I think we've got a good chance of that. Lando Norris, 9th. If he can finish in the top 10, that would be great. And the Construction Championship, Mercedes increasing their lead with that. We're closing the gap with Red Bull and Ferrari. But the 4th place is nicely going at the minute. Okay. Anything wrong with the vehicle? Okay, that's looking a little bit tired, but it'll be fine. Okay. So let's advance time ready for the next weekend.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Okay, so R&D is completed some parts. I'm looking at R&D progress. Okay, so we've got a lot of aerodynamics in development. Progress history. So we're getting up there with the top 4. So the British Grand Prix will be next. Silverstone is where we're going next. So that Silverstone, let's see. I will possibly stream that on Wednesday as normal. So we're back to Wednesdays and Sundays. So we will be back with the British Grand Prix on Wednesday. So, chat, thank you all for watching today. Thank everyone that's been in the chat as well. So we will be back on Wednesday with the British Grand Prix. Until then, take care and happy gaming.